This is a cutting that I took from a rose bush outside. I'm not sure what type of rose bush it was. I may be able to get the name of it. And I ended up cloning it. So I used rooting hormone and put it into a cocoa puck and into a little greenhouse box and let it stay in there for about 2 weeks to start getting roots. And it did start to get roots. On the 3rd week, it did take some time. On the 3rd week, I put it into this tiny pot just to see if, just to grow a little plant. I don't know if I want to make this anything huge. I may upgrade the pot size to maybe, I don't know, 12 liter or something like that. But I'm in no rush. I will probably start giving it some nutrients as well. I haven't really given it anything besides, very, very mild nutrients. These are the original leaves. You can see they're much darker. And all the new growth that has come up in the last few weeks is very light. Not only is it very light, but even the thorns, I was kind of surprised, even the thorns are very soft. If I touch them, they bend. I'm not sure if it's good for the plant or not, but so don't want to do too much. I want to, I'm very careful with my plants. I will do some training with this as well, some light stress training, so I do say I don't want to interrupt my plant too much, but I will be actually stressing it quite a bit. Maybe even tomorrow or the next day. I'll be bending it and creating new tops, and instead of getting a plant that will grow straight up, I'll get more of a bush, and I'll create more tops for more flower heads and hopefully create a more beautiful plant. I will probably take more clones out of this as well before I flower it. It's important to take clones before you flower. If you take the clones after flowering, it will most likely fail, unless you're very early at doing it. And I probably will be putting out a video on how to train this. You can also top. You see a lot of people topping, and that's what you will see most people doing with mangoes these days as well. Wait until it gets to a certain height and then just chop the top off, and then you get more shoots coming out the sides, more tops that way. But because I am growing indoors and I can actually pay much more attention to these plants, I will be bending them instead. So instead of chopping, because if you do chop them, depending on how much you chop, they can start to get a little bit stressed and may stunt the growth for a week or so, maybe. Honestly, you won't notice that much either way, but I do prefer to bend if possible. I think it's looking really pretty. Really happy with it. So I might give it some feed. Just a bit of water, a bit of mist. Nothing too much. So yeah, this is my rose plant. Okay, so I bent it down. So these other smaller tops will become prime tops, more prominent. you'll get more of a bush, and this will come up more like so it'll come out here and then bend upwards, and yeah, just a tiny little pot. Unfortunately, did take off quite a few thorns tying this down, but I feel that will happen quite a bit with this experiment. This is the first time for me. I've never grown a rose bush before, so yeah. Alright.